Turner in goal, 2 Sean Fraser, 3 is Nathan Smart, 4 is Guy Hollis, 5 is the Slough captain Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 James Dobson, 8 Matt Lench, 9 Ben Harris, 10 Manny Williams, and 11 is Warren Harris. Subs for the Rebels this evening are 12 Alan Innes, Harrison Joxworth forward, Stephen Nathan Webb 15, Chris Flood 16, and Brad Watkins 18. The match sponsor this evening is Alan Harding, and we'd like to thank Alan for all the support that he does around the club. And Slough in the usual home kit of amber and blue. Dorchester are in a white kit, all white apart from the front of their shirts which has black stripes on it. They've got some little bits of black on the back as well, but it's a big bit so you can see clearly the numbers on the back. So we'd like to thank Dorchester for that. Makes our life a little bit easier. They've got 3 men on this near hand side, and it is the kick-off here. Ball's played back here to Carmichael, immediately closed down by Ben Harris. Ball played forwards, and Nathan Smart heads the ball away for Slough. Comes through to Dobson, flicks the ball on, finds Manny Williams. And it's Dobson standing over this free kick. And it's just waiting for again, bit of movement from the Rebels inside that box. Referee just making sure there's no pushing going on. Dobson takes it, hits the wall, and goes out for the first corner. And played into the far hand side. It comes through all the way to Nisbet. Nisbet gets the ball, hits it across the yard. It's hooked clear in the end then, and tries to find Nanham, but it's Togwell that gets there first for Slough, plays it back here towards Nathan Smart. Smart's told to whip it back out here towards Dobson. Dobson now on the right hand side where he was for that free kick. He's running down the right hand side, run through, crosses in first time. Manny Williams gets there first, so he just can't guide the header on target. It's wide of the goal. And again, Slough just waiting for a good quality ball, and it is a good quality ball. Well headed away though by Dorchester. Comes through into the box for Lench. Lench finds it in towards Warren Harris. Comes into Hollis. Hollis shoots. It's flicking around. It comes through to Williams. Manny Williams with the goal for Slough on 8 minutes. Ball hit in by Guy Hollis in the end. It ricocheted around in the Dorchester penalty area. It wasn't cleared, and it came through to Manny Williams, who literally about 7 yards out fires the goal. And it'll be taken by Egan with the ball down the line, looking for Ebert. Ebert tries to keep it in by the corner flag, gets a little push in the back there, does well to keep hold of the ball, and gets it here towards Egan. Egan's cross takes a deflection, and Jack Turner has to push that ball over the top for a corner to Dorchester. Here it comes into the edge. It's missed by everyone. It comes overhead. It's volleyed clear in the end by Martin. Headed on by Togwell. Breaks on the far hand side, and it's straight at Togwell. Ball comes in towards Ron Harris. Gets a lucky ricochet. Still has the ball. Finds Williams. Back here towards Dobson. Dobson 30 yards away from goal. Gives the ball to Lench on the left hand side. Lench gets it back in. Of course, on his right hand side. Warren Harris with a free header, and he just couldn't direct it goal. I don't think he honestly expected that ball to get to him. Well, he gets a lucky ricochet as Ben Harris busts down the line, then it's sort of clear by only as far as Togwell. Togwell plays in here towards Lench. Lench 25 yards away from goal, in towards Warren Harris. Harris underneath the plate. Oh, just turns, brings the ball back inside the box, shoots from an angle. Oh, he's hit the bottom of the post and it's out. And the referee says it must have taken a touch off over the goalkeeper or Dorchester player, but it's a corner for the bench. So Turner gets this game back on. This long kick lips forward Dobson. Dobson's trying to take the ball down there, and then has time to turn and run. Chips the ball into the far post. Great defensive header there as Warren Harris was about to get there. It's Carmichael with the header. It's gone out for a throw to the Rebels. Second header. Now finds Ben Harris. Ben Harris finds James Dobson on this left hand side. Dobson hits it in first time. It's taken a deflection, and it just goes off Callum Wells and bounces on the top of the net. It's going to be Dobson to take this out swinging corner. So now just trying to make a little bit of movement inside the box. Played into the far post. Williams up the header, and it's Raw that saves it well on the line. Good save by the goalkeeper. But Manny Williams not the tallest. Manages to outjump a few players in there, but it's a good save by the Dorchester goalkeeper. It remained 1-0 to Slough. Ball's here with Dobson. Dobson whips it in first time. Oh, and it's taken well by Will, just as Ben Harris was trying to get in front of him there, and he rolls the... And it's Turner. Long kick down the field, looking for Warren Harris. Harris up against Martin. Harris gets his body in the way, but Sean Fraser's there for Slough. In towards Manny Williams. Little flick inside towards Warren Harris. Harris gets inside the box. Chips the ball in towards Ben Harris, and it's a good defensive header by Egan. Hits it up in the air, and allows Ward to come across and take it as well to keep hold of the ball. And plays the ball inside. We're giving away to Togwell. Togwell's ball. Oh, it's been left in towards Togwell. Togwell breaks inside the box. Goes down, and it's a free kick for Slough right on the edge of the box. Again, outswing it, hit in with a bit of pace. Goes to the far post. Manny Williams tries to get there. Gets there before Collins. Plays a little ball in toward Ben Harris. Ben Harris takes a touch. Gets past. Shoots from distance. Oh, it's saved with his feet by Wales, and then it's put over the top by Warren Harris. He's being chased out. Plays the ball quickly here, looking for James Dobson. Dobson is beaten to the wall by Rose, but he heads it the wrong way. And Williams gets goal side. Has the ball here on the edge of the box, trying to play it in. Oh, it comes through to Ben Harris's. Looked like he was in left side. Shoots. It's blocked. Comes out here towards Lench. Lench hits a pile driver, and it's over the top of the bar. And again, now with these chances, they need to take these chances for a Dorchester throw by their away dugout. Rose with it. Headed away though by Togler. Ball finds Williams. Williams as well to turn. Lowe's still has the ball with him. Got Ben Harris wide. Has just put Ben Harris a little bit too far up. But Harris will keep it in right by the corner flag. Crosses in first time. At the far post is Warren Harris. Poor ball in. Play by Lench, and it's a second for the Rebels. And it's a poor defensive header by Dorchester. The ball was played in, looking for Warren Harris at the back post. I couldn't see which player it was that headed it back. But it was a Dorchester player that headed it back instead of heading it out for a corner. Headed it straight into the path of Matt Lench, and Lench scores on 45 minutes. So we'll give you some. We'll give you half time because it is actually half time here at Arbour Park. So Slough lead with 2 goals. First one coming from Manny Williams on 8 minutes, and then Matt Lench with his 12th of the season on 45 minutes. It gives Slough a 2-0 lead here at half time. Chips the ball into the box. Headed away by Nathan Smart. Comes to the edge of the box. Warren Harris out jumps Neil Martin. Still has the ball at his feet. Up here to Ben Harris. Harris plays it in towards Manny Williams. Williams under a bit of pressure. Chips the ball forward trying to find Ben Harris. Ben Harris gets a bit of space. Chests it down onto the edge of the box. Shoots from distance and blasts that one well wide of the goal. Here towards Rose. Rose is being forced wide. Gives it to Bowles. Bowles in a central position here. Chipping the ball on the forward. Looking for Martin on the far hand side. Headed away by Warren Harris. Togwell will try and get the first for Slough. Warren wins it first, and now it's a break for Slough. 3-on-2. It's Dobson. He's got Williams and Ben Harris with him. Dobson still running. Still going to go. I plays a lovely little ball in towards Ben Harris. Harris plays it across to Williams. Oh, he just can't stretch to get to it. Williams ends up in the back of the net, but unfortunately the ball does it. Manny Williams. Williams 30 yards away from goal. Holds the ball up well. Turns once. Turns twice. Inside in towards Lench. Lench with a little ball towards Togwell. Togwell on the edge of the box. Digs a pass out here towards Warren Harris. Harris has got a bit of space to chip the cross in. Crosses in the far side. So Manny Williams is there, and he just can't guide it into the goal. And takes a throw quickly here towards Martin. Martin looks to cross the ball on the far hand side, and it's a header by I can't see. I think it's Collins with the header on the far hand side. Away though by Lowe's, and the ball playing forward. Manny Williams cannot get there, but Will comes 15 yards outside of his box, gets there first, and hoofs the ball down the field. Hollis wins the first header, then Nathan Smart volleys the ball clear, only as far as Carmichael. His little header into Panisat Dower. He turns inside the centre circle, tries to find Carmichael. Lovely ball into play here by Dorchester, but Togwell just wins the ball back and break off Slough, trying to find Chris Flood. Lovely little ball. Flood just breaks to the edge of the box, trying to burst in. Carmichael gets it, slips and trips him down. Slough still had the ball, played across the goal. That has got to be a penalty, referee. Carmichael slides in. He goes and challenges Chris Flood. Flood goes down, but manages to stumble and get to his feet to get the ball in. But he's caught. It's a clear penalty. And it comes out here towards Dobson. Just tries to knock it past and continue his run. It's back here with Rose. Trying to find every Dorchester player left it. It's one back here by Nathan Smart. In towards Manny Williams. Williams turns, holds the ball up. Now finds Chris Flood. Flood's now bursting into the penalty box. This time he's got Dobson on the far post if he needs him. Gets to the near post. Dobson's there! Oh, he's blown it over the top of the bar. Past the couple. Still has the ball at his feet. Has been forced wide here by Fraser. Cuts inside. Nisbet in the end steals the ball off him and finds Dobson. Dobson under pressure, deep inside his own half, turns under pressure, flicks the ball out here towards Williams. Williams has got Warren Harris on the far hand side if he needs him. It's a break for Slough. 4 against 3. Williams has got Dobson up with him. Williams just skips the challenge. He's still running with the ball. Shoots from distance, hits it straight at Bowles. Ball comes out here towards Dobson. Dobson chipping the ball in. It's left by Flood towards Warren Harris. Harris draws it and ball takes it in his near post. Lanahan holds it up. Finds Collins. Collins with the ball on the far hand side, just trying to play the ball forward. Finds Panisat Dower into the ball's edge of the box. Finds Lanahan, who pulls it straight at Jack Turner in the Slough goal. This bit rises, but the ball finds Collins. Running in towards Lanahan. Back here towards Collins. Togwell just comes across, but Collins just eases him off and still running with the ball. Finds 1-2 with Gerard. Back here towards Collins. Collins now down the side looking for Egan. Egan gets down there, cuts the ball across here towards Gerard. Hits the ball in, and it takes a deflection off Mark Nisbet, and then Jack Turner adds a little kick to it. Dorchester looking to play the ball in, whips it in towards the near post. Gerard tries to flick it on, comes through Callum Rowe, shoots, is blocked inside the box, but cleared by Dobson. This is going to cross to take it, finds Gerard back here towards Collins, in towards Gerard trying to play the ball in, comes off the substitute Bastic, in towards Gerard, trying to run forward, goes through a couple, gets the ball back out towards Bastic, gets the ball back in, gets into the box, and it's a great save. And it's deep into the box. Oh, it's a free header. Oh, it's a great save by Will. It's a free header for Chris Flood from that Lench. But it's one back here by Panasadao into it. It's a flick on by Gerard, trying to find Bastic on the far hand side. Ball played into the box. Oh, it's evaded everyone. Downhand can't get there at the near post. So Egan's 10 yards away. So we'll just keep it in that corner flag area, just trying to ease it out here with Togwell. Finds in towards Lench. Lench breaks into the box, shoots, and he hits it straight at wheeling the Dorchester goal. Watkins working hard on that far hand side to close down. Played in towards Gerard. His header's poor. One back here by Nathan Webb. Webb inside here towards Lench. Lench has a bit of space here. It's opening up. Is he going to have a dig? I think he will have a dig. He has a dig, and it's just wide of the angle of the crossbar and post, and out for a goal kick to Dorchester. 20 seconds roughly left of this game here. Ball's in towards Lanahan. Played deep. Oh, gives the ball away here towards Lench. And that will be the end of the game here. And it's finished. Slough Town 2, Dorchester 0. The goals coming in the first half, coming from Manny Williams on 8 minutes, and on 45 minutes the second from Matt Lench means that Slough have won here. Lee Togwell is the man of the match according to our match sponsor, and the gate here today was attendance was 436. So Slough get back to winning ways here at Arbour Park. Following that, the next home game will be on the 27th, where Slough will be at home to Merthyr Town. So it's finished Slough 2, Dorchester 0.